To be a part of the community has certain responsibilities. We take it seriously. My name is Benny Baldado. I am the owner and worker and founder and dishwasher of Cafe Gabriela. Cafe Gabriela is a small coffee shop cafe here in downtown Oakland. I'm proud to say that we are a part of Oakland community. For 10 years, I was an undocumented immigrant. I worked as a bus person, a wait person, and then I learned how to cook. There was definitely a taking advantage of my situation. So I got tired of being exploited. I started thinking and dreaming of like, what if I created my own job? Would I be allowed to stay here and kind of prove my worth or my value? But there was still a lot of fear, a lot of insecurity because when I started, I was still undocumented. When I started the cafe, I was still undocumented immigrant. Each knock on the door might be ice. The cafe was named after Gabriela Silang. She was a Filipina revolutionary, and her actions has inspired a lot of Filipino people to fight injustices and oppressors. When I cook, I put prayer and intention when I do cook. May you feel nourished. May you feel loved. I started like baking food like a week after we sheltered in place with Filipino Community Center. It grounded me in a way that it helped me move my fear into a little bit of faith. Our crew was able to like make food for folks who are like unhoused right now, or folks who are in a single room occupancy hotels. We're able to make food for young folks, some kids sometimes would depend on school lunches. So being able to provide that, I feel like I'm just doing what human beings are supposed to do. That exchange of like mutual aid or mutual care, it didn't come from me. It came from the community. It never ceases to amaze me how community shows up. They have showed up so much for the cafe, and hopefully I have showed up for them. It's really really hard. We've lost 80% of our sales right now. Um, as long as we all are healthy and safe, I don't know what the next steps are, but we'll just have to like, take it a day at a time. As one of the saving grace for me is I see just within the streets and community how people show up for each other, and that helps me ground myself in terms of the work that I'm doing, in terms of not spinning so much with like the state of the world right now. Is like I focus on what community is like doing. As a small business owner, I value I value people more than anything. So as much as I can, I express like my gratitude for my coworkers. I pay them fair wages and salaries, and I check in how they are doing aside from like the work thing. When I was a worker, I felt unsafe, unseen, and unvalued. I didn't want that um, at Cafe Gabriela. What value means to me is that's the value is what is important for me, and that is like my north star.